The world watches with bated breath as whispers of peace talks emerge from the tumultuous landscape of the Ukraine war. After years of devastating conflict, the United States has initiated a dialogue with Russia aiming to bridge the chasm of hostility. These talks, shrouded in secrecy and fraught with uncertainty, represent a fragile hope for an end to the bloodshed. The United States, led by President Trump, has taken a leading role in this diplomatic effort, engaging in direct communication with both Russia's Vladimir Putin and Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky. The decision to hold these initial talks in Saudi Arabia, excluding European nations, has raised eyebrows and sparked debate. While the United States emphasizes the need for direct dialogue with Russia, European leaders express concerns about transparency and their role in shaping a resolution. The exclusion of Ukraine from these preliminary discussions further complicates matters, raising questions about the potential for a truly inclusive and sustainable peace process. This cautious dance toward peace comes at a pivotal moment. The war has exacted a heavy toll on all involved. Ukraine bears the brunt of the suffering, its people displaced, its infrastructure shattered. Europe grapples with an energy crisis and the influx of refugees. The global order, already strained, teeters on the brink of further fragmentation. The stakes are incredibly high and the world holds its breath, hoping for a breakthrough. The current push for peace comes after a series of missed opportunities, moments when diplomatic solutions might have averted the horrors of war. In the early days of the conflict, when Russian troops first crossed the border, there was a window for negotiation, a chance to address grievances and find common ground. However, mistrust and miscalculation prevailed, leading to a rapid escalation of violence. As the war raged on, so too did the human cost. Millions of Ukrainians were displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries. Cities once vibrant and alive were reduced to rubble. The war inflicted deep psychological wounds, leaving an indelible mark on a generation. Beyond the immediate devastation, the conflict had far-reaching consequences, disrupting global supply chains, fueling inflation, and exacerbating existing inequalities. The economic ramifications of the war reverberated across Europe and beyond. Energy prices skyrocketed, placing a strain on households and businesses. The influx of refugees, while met with compassion and support in many quarters, also stretched resources and tested social cohesion. The conflict served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of the globalized world, where events in one corner can have ripple effects felt far and wide. Europe, geographically and historically intertwined with Ukraine, has borne a significant burden since the conflict's outbreak. The influx of refugees fleeing the violence tested the continent's capacity for humanitarian response. Millions sought safety and shelter, straining social systems and prompting debates about integration and long-term support. The economic fallout from the war compounded these challenges. Sanctions imposed on Russia, while intended to pressure the Kremlin to change course, also had unintended consequences for European economies. Energy prices, particularly for natural gas, soared as Europe sought to reduce its dependence on Russian supplies. This energy crisis fueled inflation, squeezing households and businesses already grappling with the economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic. The war also tested European unity. While there was broad agreement on the need to support Ukraine and hold Russia accountable, differences emerged over the extent and nature of that support. Some member states, particularly those geographically closer to the conflict zone, advocated for a more robust military response, while others urged caution, fearing further escalation. These internal divisions highlighted the complexities of European foreign policy and the challenges of forging a common approach in the face of such a significant crisis.